Thank you for tuning into my channel. My name is Erica Selman, and I am super excited about the JoAnn grant. When I heard about it, I knew I wanted to apply because I do a lot of shopping at JoAnn, and it really is a great place for a variety of craft supplies. I was inspired to quilt basically through the birth of my son. He was born in the year 2000, and I saw some fabric that said 2000, and I just had to have it, and that's when I was interested in making a quilt for him. At the time, I was watching HGTV and Alex Anderson's Simply Quilt, and I was just really excited about what she was doing and the guests that she was spotlighting. It really encouraged me to start quilting and sewing. And so I didn't realize until I was an adult that I had a legacy in quilting. My mom made quilts, my grandma and great-grandmother made quilts, and a host of my aunts were quilters as well. They were quilting for necessity, for a way to stay warm in the winter. Fortunately, I can quilt for fun as a hobby and as a business. I think as a result of my quilting, I was able to start a YouTube channel and grow a community that boasts about 6,500 subscribers. I also have an Etsy shop where I showcase my own patterns and other objects that I've made, such as tote bags. In addition to that, I was able to start making memory quilts and making memory bears, and make masks during this time when masks seem to be needed everywhere. I'm really excited about the opportunity to apply for the JoAnn grant because I know that it would help my business in a lot of different ways. One thing that I would like to do, right now I'm a quilter and sewer, but I would love to be able to get into some embroidery or to get into some customized clothing such as t-shirts, and I feel like a JoAnn grant could give me a little financial boost so that I could venture out into those other areas. And the materials to try those new things, I know that they would be high quality and good things to start with because I'm getting them from JoAnn. Another way that my sewing and quilting would improve just from receiving this grant would be that I could create a space that is specifically for my sewing and quilting. As a quilter, my hobby takes up a lot of space in my house and a lot of different spaces. Right now I'm working out of two primary sewing spots. This is my downstairs, and then I have a space upstairs that I've been using as well. With a grant from JoAnn, I would hope to get some storage that I could put everything in one place and make it more enjoyable to sew and quilt. Another reason that I would love to win a grant from JoAnn is because I would love to share that experience with my children. I have 3 boys, and they wholeheartedly support my hobby, and so I would love to just share with them the joy of trying something new, like applying for a grant, and enjoying the fruits of that, receiving the grant that you applied for. When it comes to obstacles that I've faced as a crafter or as a quilter, I really don't believe that I've personally faced any discrimination or any negative actions towards me. I get concerned because I feel like there's an assumption that I don't know what I'm doing when I go into the quilt shop, and that it might be because I'm African American. I did have one experience in Phoenix where I went into the quilt shop with my boys, and the person who was at the register, she assumed that we were there just to try to use the restroom and not to shop. And I'm concerned that was what she thought. I did end up going in there and purchasing, but there is that kind of underlying feeling that, hey, she doesn't know what she's doing because she's black. So I'm grateful, of course, that is the only experience that I've had like that. In most cases, and especially with the YouTube community, everybody that I've encountered has been very respectful of what I do and supportive. So I hope that that I can earn a JoAnn grant. I look forward to hearing the results and seeing what you guys come up with. Thank you, JoAnn, so much for everything you do for the crafting community. See you next. Oh, bye.